Our mission is to help you learn the English language. We have created easy-to-follow, free educational materials for those seeking knowledge of English.
We came too early. There are still 3 hours before the performance starts.
I know. Sorry, I shouldn't have rushed you, but I just couldn't stay at home and wait.
Never mind. What about taking a look around the theater?
Why not? I'd love to do that.
Here we go. There is a museum of the Beijing opera art. They come to the Museum of the Beijing opera art.
Wow. Look at this. So delicate and beautiful. Did ancient Chinese people really wear them?
Not really. They are just opera costumes. Do you like the embroidery?
I surely do. They must have had advanced machines in ancient China to do that.
No. They are all handmade, girl. You know, the ancient Chinese women were supposed to be good at needlework.
Unbelievable. I could never do that.
Very few can. That's why these clothes only appear in the museum.
Listen. Some people are singing outside. Is it the opera?
Oh, yes. I heard there was an opera fans club. They are probably practicing now. Want to have a look?
Yes, let's do it.
Follow me. Make sure not to interrupt them.
Of course not. We don't do that.
I'll always remember my college days.
Oh yeah?
It was one of the best times in my life. It was tough, but I made it. I became a college graduate.
How did you feel when you graduated?
It was a round day for me. My family attended the graduation ceremony. I was so nervous. I couldn't find my cap and gown, but all worked out in the end.
What did you do after graduation?
I was planning to attend grade 8 school, but then I was offered a good job doing marketing, so I changed my mind.
Sounds like you're happy with your decision.
I sure am. So what about you? How did you feel when you graduated?
It was also a proud day for me, but I also felt like a kind of loss that day.
How could it be?
While seeing others going to work or continue their study, I didn't know what I would do.
You didn't have an offer?
I had one, but I didn't like the job very much. I wanted to attend graduate school, but I was afraid it would be too tough.
I think you lack in the power of decision. Once you make your decision, don't be overtaken by misgivings and fear. Just go full steam ahead.
So, tell me about your new house. How is it different to your old one?
Well, first of all, it's much bigger. It has the same number of rooms, but each room is larger. We also have a larger garden, which our dog loves, of course.
So, it's a 3 bedrooms detached house?
Yes, 1 bedroom is for my wife and I. There's another for our daughter. My wife wants to use the 3rd one as a guest room, but I'd like to make it into a study. Our daughter is also keen on.
What's the kitchen like? I know both you and your wife like to cook.
That's one of the main reasons we chose that particular house. The kitchen and dining room are together. It's really large.
Are the rooms nice and bright?
Yes, they are. That's very important to us. We like to live in a home with plenty of natural light. Each room has large windows.
Do you have a balcony?
No, we don't. We wish we had one. That's the only thing we wanted, but don't have. The area is very nice and the neighbors seem friendly.
You're right on the edge of the city, aren't you? There can't be much noise or traffic there. Is it easy to get into city center?
It's a very quiet neighborhood. There's some traffic, but not much. It's not very difficult to get to the city center. But you must remember to turn left and right at the right places or yo.
Did your company go union? I heard that many companies in our industry are being unionized, so it's getting harder and harder to compete on a level playing field.
Yes, we're hopping on the bandwagon and signing up for the union. Mostly people are pretty happy about it. I guess it depends on if you are in management or in the labor force.
Management isn't looking on the labor unions too favorably, I'd guess. I don't blame them. Labor unions can really put the squeeze on the executives.
Sure, but it's probably better for the workers, because the union's whole purpose is to look out for the little guys. The only way that the little guys can take on the big bosses is if they unite. Labor unions are all about getting a voice for the underdog.
I wouldn't dare go bungee jumping.
Chicken.
Will you help me take these things to the car?
Okay. Which car do you want me to put them in?
Bring them to my wife's car.
Which one is hers?
The blue SUV in front of the Honda.
What should I take first?
That chair over there, but please be careful with it. It was a gift from my mother-in-law.
Don't worry, I won't drop it. Wow, it's really heavy. I don't think I can move it by myself.
Let me help you with that. I don't want you to hurt your back.
Where are you taking all this stuff?
Didn't I tell you? We're moving to Florida?
You're moving now? I knew you were moving, but I thought you said you were moving next month.
Yes, that's true, but my wife found a new apartment on the internet the other day and she wants to move right away.
What?
What happened with that guy at the cafe?
Nothing.
But you're crazy about him.
Yes, I am.
Why don't you run off with him? What are you waiting for?
I don't actually know him.
Really?
I only know him through the "you are not gonna believe this."
Oh, let me guess. Through the internet?
Yes.
You've got mail.
That girl looks very attractive, doesn't she?
Do you think so? I don't like girls who look like that. I like girls who are not too slim. If you like her, go and talk to her.
I'd like to, but there's her boyfriend. He's very broad-shouldered.
He's huge. He must go to the gym to have a well-built body like that.
Do you prefer tall girls or short ones?
I don't mind, but I like girls with long hair.
We have different tastes. I like girls with short hair. I like tall girls probably because I'm so tall myself.
Have you ever dated a girl taller than you?
No, never. I don't think I've ever met a girl taller than me. Have you gained weight recently?
Yes, I have. Perhaps I should go to the gym, like that girl's boyfriend.
I'm getting a bit plump myself. Perhaps I'll go with you. Jim is a genius. He gets along well with everybody and he can always get the work done.
A boss likes him a lot. He says Jim is a good team player.
Everybody would like to have Jim on their team. Because he is funny and helpful and he can contribute a lot to the team he belongs to.
Maybe we all should learn something from him.
Right. Do you like Titanic? That movie is so cheesy.
It's not cheesy. It's romantic. When it first came out, I saw it in the theaters 5 times in 1 week.
Really? Well, the special effects might have been good in 1997, but when you watch it today, they make the film seem really cheesy.
Alright, maybe it's a little bit cheesy. But come on, isn't it fun to go to a cheap flick once in a while?
Actually, I have to admit that you're right. I like some pretty cheesy movies too. I love Arnold Schwarzenegger action flicks, especially Terminator.
Haha, that's definitely a cheesy movie too. Did you watch it over and over again?
Well, I saw it only once, but for the next 2 months when I talked to people, I pretended I was the Terminator. Have you got any plans for the coming holiday?
Yes, I have a very special one. I will be doing volunteer work in a zoo for 2 weeks. A friend of mine working there told me the other day that they were in need of some volunteer keepers. I was very interested, so I asked him to get me the application form. Lucky, my application was approved by the manager very soon.
Volunteer in a zoo? What specific things will you do?
I will help to prepare food, feed animals and clean up. I'm very excited about it now.
It must be a unique experience. I'm looking forward to share your story when you come back.
Okay, I will bring you photos as many as possible.
What's your hobby?
Photograph.
What's the make of your camera?
Olympus.
Do you own your own darkroom?
No, usually I get my films developed at a photo studio, but I make my own enlargements.
Why?
Because I can make many different kinds of pictures from one negative. That's more, but that saves money.
I'd love that. I'm so glad I quit. It's time for a change.
Does that mean you're going to take my advice?
Yes. I'm looking for a position as a chef.
I might be able to help.
I'm sure you have great connections.
We'd like to open another restaurant with you as the head chef and manager.
Really? You have that much faith in me? And Giovanni agreed to it? Does he know who I am?
Yes, but you know him. He's just worried that you're not Italian.
He's prejudiced, isn't he?
No, he's afraid that no one will cook as good as his mother did.
Ah, I know a way to convince him that Americans can make good Italian food.
How's that?
You'll see next week. I'll come by one day at lunchtime.
Hi, Lucy. You are very popular with people around you. What are your tricks?
Thank you for saying so. I don't know, probably because I like sharing my experience and knowledge with them. I think this kind of communication helps to improve our work efficiency and also helps to get along with colleagues.
Sharing knowledge can be very settled and some second stances. People may think you are telling them how to do their work. If they take it personally, they feel angry at you and even become reluctant to support you at work.
That is true. Some people will misunderstand your intention and lets you do it in the long threatening way. For example, It is not sensible at all to arguing with the others or correcting someone in front of other people. To show your friendliness and willingness to share is much more important than to show off.
You are quite right. Thank you for sharing your experience with me. I learned a lot.
You're welcome.
It's going to strike 12 o'clock. Let's get the firecrackers ready, Rose.
Aren't firecrackers forbidden in the city?
Well, yes, but they are not allowed only in downtown areas. It's okay here. It would be difficult to ban customs that have thousands of years of tradition. The habit does bring kids joy and excitement so long as precautions are taken. Let's go out and set off firecrackers out there.
Fantastic. The whole city is echoing with crackling sounds.
What other activities will you have tomorrow?
Quite a lot. The celebration of the New Year has just started. The first day we Southerners have sweet rice cakes for breakfast, and people in the north have jiaozi. Afterward, we will make New Year calls on family relatives, husband's side on the first day and wife's side on the second.
Do you bring some gifts along?
That's for sure. Fruit, cream cakes, medical tonics are often for parents and aged relatives, and cash enclosed in a red envelope for the kids. All this, of course, should be well prepared beforehand.
Is it the same practice for all families?
Not all the same nowadays, I must say. Many families, especially those of newly married couples, choose to make an overseas trip to escape the routines. Rose and I had a tour to Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand and Hong Kong last year. We stayed there for 2 weeks until the last day of the holiday.
I really appreciate the way you Chinese people exchange feelings. The holiday's long enough for you to relax.
Well, for city dwellers, the Spring Festival is a holiday of 7 days. While in the country where traditions are still heavily emphasized, the festival lasts 10 days.
Why do you go fishing so often?
It's fun.
Has your son started school yet, Tom?
Next week, it's going to be quite a shock for him.
He'll get used to it. They always do. I still remember when my daughter started. Are you going with him on his first day?
You bet. I wouldn't miss it.
Our mission is to help you learn the English language. We have created easy-to-follow, free educational materials for those seeking knowledge of English.